All right, folks, here we are again, out walking the dog. And today, we have on the Xero shoe. I'll show you real quick. All right, so the Xero shoe feels like a Xero shoe. Very thin sole. Heavily padded around the sides, around your ankle and your heel. It's a little thick there. You can feel it. It's fine. It's cushioning or whatever. It doesn't add much weight to the shoe. You can wrap the shoe up into a ball just like the other ones. As opposed to the Whitin, which has the big tongue that rubs up in the front. That bulkiness that I was telling you about here does it in the back. So when you run, it kind of rubs up and down a little bit. Maybe it's just it's too much cushion and not enough support, or it's not grabbing the back of your heel. It rubs up and down. I haven't had any calluses from it. I haven't done a lot of running in these shoes, so I can't really say for sure if they would create calluses or not. I've heard they do on some people. Not a very expensive shoe, not very cheap. It's kind of somewhere in the middle as far as price goes. The quality, I mean, it's stitched perfectly. Everything else looks great. It's very comfortable, very wide toe box. My toes are nowhere near touching anything, and even if I lift them up and down, I can barely get them to touch the top. So it's pretty good, and it doesn't look clowny like the Altras. Look really wide in the front, and it almost looks like clownish. And if you got a red pair of them, you would really look like a clown. Just put a red nose on and a red wig or an orange wig, and you'd be a freaking clown, right? And bulky on the bottom too, the Ultra, but that's a different story. And I'll talk about Ultra before this is done too, because I have a lot more to say about them that I didn't address in the other video about the Whitins. Now, these shoes, I'm with my dog now, so we'll go for a quick little jog in a second just to feel it and, see what it's like with the jog. It hits the ground good. It's just something with the heel. I can't even explain it. Not even just the rubbing. There's just more to it than that, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. If your foot's moving around in there, I don't know. I'm gonna go with its lack of support or something. It's too puffy, too much cushion, and not enough rigidness. That's what I would say. But as far as anything else, I mean, extremely comfortable, great walking shoe. The Whitin, you take out that insole, and it's like real ground feel. This is somewhere a little more cushioned. I don't even know if there's an insole in it. If there is, I wouldn't take it out, because it's not taking away the Xero drop like it did in the Whitins. There was definitely a little lift in the heel with those, and kind of sucked. I would have liked to leave it in there. A little extra cushion's fine, but I did run in the Whitins again a few more times, and it's a good running shoe. Running on the street, I wanted to see what it feels like, because it is technically a trail shoe. I intentionally ran through the rocks on the side of the road. It's April now, it's the end of the season. The trucks came through the plows. They dropped sand, and in the sand there's rocks. I mean, there's little pebbles and rocks all over. There's somewhere they just a mass in big sections. And I purposely ran through them to see what it would do to my feet. And I will tell you, the sole of the Whitin is very, very tough. No pain to my feet whatsoever. None. Zero. I could feel the rocks underfoot, but I mean, literally nothing punching, stabbing, none of that like walking on Legos feel that you get when you run on rocks. And like, let's say my Merrell's super thin, I run on rocks, it hurts. I step on a rock in those, and I might as well just be barefoot. So, I'm like the Altras. You could run on anything in those because the sole is so thick that I don't know, it's almost like running in Frankenstein shoes. Good for walking, I guess. Because when you walk, you really kind of heel strike. That's why when you wear these Xero drop ones, you kind of have to, or barefoot shoes, you have to walk with a smaller gait and a quicker. If you want to go faster, you got to walk like quick with short steps. You can't take the big steps because you end up heel striking a little bit when you walk. So you got to change the way you walk. You really didn't have to do that with the Altras. You could just walk like you're wearing regular Nikes or something like that and not feel it in your heels. With these, the Xeros and the Whitins and the Merrells, you feel it in your heel when you walk. So you kind of have to alter the way you walk when you wear them. All right, now back to the Altras. Another issue I had with them, the sole. It has that big sole, and then it's coated in an outer coating of rubber. The rubber wore out, and through to the sole underneath. And I mean, for $100 shoe, and mostly I used it for walking. I really didn't like running in it, so I didn't last very many runs in that shoe at all. I mean, I run and walk in my Merrells, and there's barely even any, flatness on the bottom. It still has decent grip. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with the Altras. Not a fan. Maybe if they make a thinner sole, do maybe a Vibram or something that's going to hold up. Whatever they use didn't hold up, and I'm not a fan. So Altras are kind of out for me. So sticking with the barefoot stuff. Like I said, I'm going to try the Vivos soon. That'll be the next shoe I get. Give them a shot. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I didn't do a lot of research on them. I know I've seen some videos of guys with walking shoes they wear for walking around town. They look like a normal shoe. Some of these shoes do look freakish. Like the Whitins look a little crazy. I wouldn't wear those every day with stuff. So, regular clothes. But these kind of look like regular sneakers, not so bad. You don't get that funky look. The Altras look like more like a regular shoe, except for the really wide toe box. So, and maybe the Lems too. I know they do a regular around town shoe too with that look. So we'll see. Maybe even Lems will be on the menu just for the fact that they're cheap, or the cheaper of them all. The Vivos being probably the most expensive. No Vibram toes for me. I can't stand stuff between my toes, so I'm never going to review those. If you can deal with that stuff, they might be a great shoe for all I know. I don't know. I mean, the idea is great, but I don't think you really need to try and wear a glove on the foot. So just my take on that. It's not really worth it. And it's just more areas for rubbing and injury and stuff, I think. I don't know. Your toes separate when you're running. Maybe you break it. I don't know. not my thing. All right. So I'm keeping up with it. Like I said, the Whitins are still good stuff. Xero shoes, good stuff. I can still run in them. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna do most of the running in the Whitins for now, and the Merrells, which I have in Florida now, so I'll be doing all my running down in Florida on those. So I love the Merrells. They're still, right now, they're still my number one. Expensive, yes, but you know, great feel. You know, you feel everything. The look, borderline awful, but you know, comfort and use and whatever else is fine. I use them for running. I don't wear them around. You know, maybe I'll wear them on the beach or something around in a while, but I'm not going to wear them around town as my regular shoes. So, you know, take that too. You know, aesthetics could be something, but if a product works the way you want it to work, and it's really not the prettiest thing in the world, no matter which color the Merrells you take. I mean, it is funny looking. And it is what it is. And it's a running shoe. I don't see anyone pointing and laughing at me while I run. Especially while they're waiting in line at McDonald's to pick up their Happy Meals. You know, kill themselves. So, there you go. That'll be my review of the Xero shoe and the update on the Whitins. All right. Keep it up and get out there and get some of these shoes, try them out for yourself. And everybody's different, you know, this is just the review. Everyone's personally different. Everyone's feet are different. We're all shaped different. So, you know, my review is just to help, but it's not gonna apply to the same for everybody. You know, we're all different. So Xero shoe might rub on me. It's not gonna rub on somebody else. And I do have skinny ankles, genetics, you know, so there's really not much I can do about it. So it's a possibility that myself and the other guy who reviewed them, that we just have skinny ankles and heels. And that's why we get rubbing. You know, same thing with some of the toe boxes, you know, some people have wider feet than others, you know, and that's a personal thing. So, you know, take it all with a grain of salt, but just to give you a baseline and idea of what's going on. And size to fit, yes, I'm an 11, size 11 shoe in these. Boots and other types of shoes, I'm 11 and a half. So, I mean, sizing's all different. However, all of the barefoot shoes so far, for me, an 11 fits perfectly. Whether it's Altra, Xero, Whitin, or Merrell, all 11s. All right, so no change in the sizes for me. In European, I think it's a 44. You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure a 44 for the European sizes. So they're fit to size to whatever size these types of shoes run. So I find if you wear an 11 in one of these shoes, you'll probably wear an 11 in the others. All right, and best of luck to you, and keep running barefoot minimalist.